did like that we had pizza. Of course, I also like that we had pizza.
Who wouldn't like that? What else did you have for Super Bowl food? Or just pizza?
I think it was just pizza.
Pizza and Cheez-Its?
Pizza and Cheez-Its, that's it.
Did you make yourself sick before the Super Bowl even started like you were expecting?
No.
Okay.
I played it pretty low key.
You played it conservative like the Denver offense.
Conservative, exactly. And then at the end of the night, I didn't have much to show for it, like Peyton. It's like, I ate like half a pizza, whatever. I should have got milkshake milk. I've been getting those lately.
Milkshake?
I don't know if you've ever had
milkshake milk.
I don't know if that's what it's called. I think another brand they called it that, but it's like a halfway between milk and a milkshake.
Does it come in like a plastic bottle?
Yeah, they sell it like a Sheets or.
Okay, I think I know
pretty
what
much
you're
anywhere.
talking about. Yeah. Okay. Do you go with chocolate or plain or?
I got vanilla the one time, and I made her try it, and she didn't care for it. So then I tried chocolate. She didn't care for that either. She's just being a snob.
She wants one or the other. She doesn't want a combination.
I don't like these things. I would rather just have a milkshake. Well, this is like the next best thing, so.
And it's probably cheaper than a milkshake.
Exactly. It's like $1.50.
Yeah. What are milkshakes going for these days? Like a good.
Oh my god! With the strength of the yen, it's like
I'm
the roof.
I'm not talking about fast food milkshakes. I'm talking about like legitimate.
You might as well just
$4 or
buy
$5
stock in milkshakes and then flip them in like 10 years, and then you'll have a TLC show called like Milkshake Flippers.
The milkshake market is going nowhere but up.
Nowhere but up.
Nowhere but up.
Sky's the limit. They've been going up the whole month of October.
What's the most unique milkshake you've ever had? Or have you stuck with your tradition?
It's funny that you should say that, because there's a place in Philadelphia that has quite a few off the beaten path varieties. Oh, what is it called? That's it. It's called Nifty 50s.
Okay.
There's a handful of them. What did I have? I had one. It was like, I think peanut butter, and then they had a tasty cake, a tandy cake in it. In the milkshake.
Like, were there actual chunks of it, or did they just like blend it up really fine?
There were some chunks, but then they also threw one in as like a garnish. It was like an orange for a blue moon, except you can eat it.
Nice.
Just it also acts as a garnish.
Well,
they have a lot of.
You can
flavors.
eat the orange too if you really wanted to.
You don't eat the rind though.
No. I mean, I guess you could, but.
On their menu, they have a section called exotic milkshakes. I don't know if I'd call them exotic, but it's like apple pie cheesecake. Here's the one I had: peanut butter candy cake.
That sounds good. Was it too peanut buttery or no?
It was up there.
Okay.
They have some seasonal ones like pumpkin cheesecake, chocolate chip cookie dough.
So is this definitely a milkshake, or is it more like Blizzard consistency?
No, it's a milkshake.
Okay. You don't have to use a spoon to eat it.
Well, you can.
Well, you don't have to though.
You can use either or.
Okay. Because Blizzard, you're pretty much you're going with the spoon.
Yeah, until you wait for it to melt a little bit.
Right.
Or like a Frosty.
All right.
But of course, you eat French fries with a Frosty.
Well, yeah. I mean, why waste a good spoon? I used to dip chicken nuggets into a chocolate milkshake.
Chicken nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. I prefer honey mustard, but that's just me.
Just to mix it up a little bit.
We were out on Saturday and
we were
eating
a little bit of the salt and sweet together.
A little bit of salt and sweet, and we all had servings of French fries, and I reached for the brown mustard, and somebody reached for the ketchup, and they just gave me a dirty look. How dare you not use Heinz when we're in an establishment that's across the river from Heinz Field? How dare you? Blaspheme.
Tell them you're not from Pittsburgh.
Well, they also put gravy on their fries. That's another staple.
Poutine?
It's like 2/3 of a poutine.
Okay.
As in, the place we got pizza from, they have gravy for their fries when they have no other reason to have gravy. It's just for the fries.
Okay.
They don't have potatoes. They don't have, well, I guess that's other gravy uses.
There's a barbecue place near me I want to check out. They have poutine. I'm interested in trying out their variety. See what that's like.
Poutine, eh?
What's this poutine?
What's this concoction you've got? Gravy and fries? I don't know. I don't know that you would want to mix gravy and a potato.
How am I supposed to eat these things?
Sounds terrible.
Would you ever...
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll finish the question. Because
I was going to ask if you'd ever get in a hot tub full of gravy and just get some French fries and start scooping like Cartman did on South Park that one time.
Sure, why not?
All right. Just checking.
That's like the quantity I would want too, is a hot tub size.
I didn't know if you being in there would cause any concern as far as then eating the food.
Well,
but it's just
not
for
like
you, so
it's not like I've been sitting under a car and I got grease and oil all over me or something. I've been rolling around in mud or feces or something. Yeah. I mean, then I'll jump into like a big plastic bubble suit or something.
All right. We'll see if we can make that happen someday for you. If not a hot tub, then at least a kiddie pool.
Kiddie pool.
Yeah, that seems more plausible. All right.
It's more fun that way.
Yeah. We'll get some what are those called? The fins, the diving fins, flippers. We'll get some of those. You can put on a raincoat and you can pretend to be Pierre Escargot from All That. Just sitting in a pool of gravy.
Get some goggles too, so I can just motorboat that kiddie pool full of gravy.
There you go. Summer's right around the corner. Well, you got to do it outside.
Who says?
Well, you do have a house, so we'll just
clear out a whole space.
We'll just put some plastic in the basement of Justin's Justin's Pinball Emporium and load it up.
And this is the gravy pool room.
What's gravy going for these days?
I don't know. You just get the packets.
Yeah, but we're gonna need a lot of packets. A lot of packets.
You have to do like an extreme couponer. We got 300 packets of brown gravy for 5 cents, and they had a double coupon day, so they paid us to take all these packets of gravy.
Maybe we could get like a gravy company to sponsor the event. Then we don't have to pay for anything. And then we'll just put it on YouTube and say like, Justin's kiddie pool food brought to you by such and such gravy company.
As long as I make sure to say their name during the post-game conference. Even if they don't pay me, I'll say it. So why not? Here's free publicity just because I want to be elbow deep in gravy and French fries.
Yeah.
Can't wait to eat all that French fries and something gravy.
Yeah, someone was telling me that after Peyton said that, that's pretty much him saying he's retiring.
Well, he's got to get in trouble if he's still in the league.
Right.
So if he's not in the league...
What are they going to do?
Exit stage right.
So
play me off, Johnny. If he would have said that. Can't wait to drink all that Budweiser. Play me off, Johnny.
Man, it's too bad neither of us are going to be in a Super Bowl or a big national championship like that.
You don't know that.
Well, judging by the way my sports career is going, I'm pretty confident.
There's plenty of avenues.
Yeah.
Plenty of avenues.
But if that happens and we get interviewed, we have to say, play me off, Johnny. I think that's... Let's make that pact now.
I think it would have been all right if Cam would have said that. If he would have been so pouty, but then at the end he's like, play me off, Johnny.
And then if he actually had someone with the piano playing, what's that song, Galloping Gertie?
Ragtime piano while he dances off stage to Galloping Gertie.
Yeah. That would have been fine. What did you think of his press conference?
He's he's okay. You know what? I thought about it. Show me a guy who's not upset he lost the Super Bowl, and I'll show you a guy who just doesn't give a crap about winning the Super Bowl.
That's what the discussion was around the office today.
Like, clearly he cared.
Yeah. I mean, everyone was like, well, look at Peyton when he lost to the Saints. At that point, Peyton had a Super Bowl, and, maybe losing didn't bother him as much as it bothers Cam.
Right.
Plus, it didn't help. Plus, it didn't help that there was a Denver defensive back in the next door room with a thin curtain talking loud enough for Cam to hear him. So obviously, you've got your competitor who won the Super Bowl in the next room talking about their plan and how they beat Cam Newton. Obviously, he's not going to want to hear that. I'm not upset at Cam. Well,
you're a Cam supporter, so he's your guy.
Yeah, for the most part. I was a little. I wasn't sure what he was doing on the one play when there was a fumble. I know his explanation was he didn't want to get hurt for next season, but he didn't even make an effort for that fumble.
I feel like he was waiting for something to happen on that. I feel like he was waiting for the ball to squirt loose to come out, and
I don't know.
Because I thought that too.
I mean, that's how Drew Brees. That's how Drew Brees busted up his shoulder in San Diego.
Sure,
he dove for the ball, and everyone thought he wasn't going to be able to play again. But obviously, he proved them wrong. But I don't know. What'd you think of the game overall?
All right, so let's try this. We're gonna, from an A to an F, we're gonna do this like word association. We're gonna say a category, and you have to, quickly give it an A through F grade. So you say to me, how did I feel about that game? The game, C+.
Okay.
How did you feel about the game?
B.
B. How did you feel about the commercials?
D.
D. Yeah, I would have said that.
How'd you feel about the halftime show? Did you watch the halftime show?
I did. Okay. Because it was Coldplay. I was like, oh, it was Coldplay. But then it was like, not Coldplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'd say like C, only because it's Super Bowl 50. You'd think they would have done something that would have been a showstopper. They would have had a lot of acts. Well, but it seems like this is their thing to do, is they have like 3 people that do one big mashup.
Right, but it's the artist paying for the halftime show.
Are you serious?
Yeah, the NFL isn't organizing. I mean, they have, the say, but they're not the ones going out to artists and being like, "Hey, we want to do this big Super Bowl halftime show." Musicians are paying to be in the halftime show because the next day there's millions of more hits on YouTube, iTunes. Their stock goes up. And the fact that Coldplay brought in Beyonce, who is on the new Coldplay album, and Bruno Mars, who performed last year with Red Hot Chili Peppers, or 2 years ago? I think Katy Perry was last year. Bruno Mars was 2 years ago with Red Hot Chili Peppers. Bringing him back was a good move because they're 2 of the biggest names in the industry along with Coldplay. I liked it. I thought it was good. Beyonce, she almost fell. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
She has some quick reflexes, some good athleticism there, especially with heels on a field.
Yeah, I'm surprised that patented San Francisco turf didn't trip anybody else up.
Well, I know they were doing a lot of work to it. They had to repaint the one end zone twice, so. Unless they wanted, Broncos on both ends, but I told you that was a sign. I told you. I was like, Is that going to be a sign?
Sending a signal.
Yeah. Speaking of the Broncos winning, I won myself a nice sandwich. I'm looking forward to that. A nice Permanis sandwich with some coleslaw, some French fries, right in between the bread.
It's almost like It's almost like we should have seen this coming, because it's always the team. I mean, this is like all those Bills seasons where they play right into it. They're the team that's the heavy favorite, the offensive powerhouse, and then they go up against I don't know. I don't want to say a more prepared team. I don't know. It just clearly Carolina wasn't there to play.
Yeah. It was tough. That Denver defense was all over Cam. I think would they have seven sacks? I think Denver had.
It was some egregious number.
I mean, the total for the game was a new Super Bowl record. I think there was 6 or 7 for Carolina, then 4 or 5 for 4 or 5 for Carolina, 6 or 7 for Denver on Cam. But yeah, not very much in the way of offense. Not at all. I thought Cam was going to break the Super Bowl quarterback rushing record. He had 45 going into the second half, and I think he needed like 20 more yards to break it. I thought for sure that one was going to get broken, but obviously that didn't happen.
Yeah, a lot of things didn't happen. Like, clearly I don't know what a catch is anymore. That didn't help.
Right.
Especially in like the opening drive where they have that stupid replay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Carolina used both their challenges super early too.
Set the tone.
If you remember last week, we were discussing Mike Carey calling the wrong replay review.
I know.
Very first challenge.
All those stupid props. They just should have.
Did Peyton rush for a yard?
I don't know.
I don't remember him running, but I'm gonna.
Well, I mean, Fozzie Whitaker did in like one play.
Yeah, I don't know what he totally ended up with though, but
they showed the Golden Gate Bridge like 3 times.
Yeah, that one was obvious.
So stupid.
Let me see.
I should have. No, he didn't. He didn't have any attempts.
Okay. So the under on that half the yard was good.
Number of times Peyton Manning gives himself up. 0.5.
Orange Gatorade. That was the winner.
Orange Gatorade.
What was the official Lady Gaga national anthem time?
I don't know. I timed it here when I was watching, and it was pretty close to 2:20.
Mm-hmm.
But
which is exactly what the line was.
Right, but she ended the song, and then she said the last line again. So does that second time count, or?
Yeah, because I know on the site that we usually visit, it said until the last note ends of the last word. So until she stops singing the end of Brave. So I don't know if they count that second time or not. I didn't check, but I didn't have any quiche on that one.
There's skin in the game.
Yeah. So the one bet we were discussing is still alive. The Denver wins the Super Bowl, Peyton retires. Now all you need is the Spurs to win the championship and Tim Duncan to retire. That was plus 2,000. So we'll see if that happens.
Do you think he retires?
Tim Duncan?
Well, do you think Peyton retires?
Yeah. I think he's done.
Slam dunk.
I mean, which team is going to pick him up? I know there were rumors of the Rams, but
right, that's what I've heard. I don't know.
I don't see that happen. The Rams don't have as good of receivers, and his arm just isn't. It's not there. Although it would get him back with Wes Welker. Unless was Welker signed for just last year with the Rams? Maybe that was only a 1-year thing. But anyway.
But what does he have left to prove? That's the
other thing. Yeah.
What's there left to prove? He just won a Super Bowl. The Sheriff's got to go out on top.
Yeah, exactly. The one bet I saw that I kind of wish I would have placed is Denver was plus 600 to win by 10.5 or more points. And they won by 14.
No, the best one was how many passing yards Peyton would have
had. He ended up with 140, didn't he?
Yeah, it was something like that. So you could have just put a bunch of scratch on low passing total. I mean, it was like ranges of passing yards, but you could have bet the low totals.
Yeah, that performance was the worst quarterback performance from a winning Super Bowl team.
See, I would have wished that Von Miller wouldn't have had such a strong game, because then they'll give the MVP to the kicker. That would have been the only time that would have happened.
To McManus?
Yeah.
Didn't Vinatieri get it for kicking the winning field goal for the Patriots?
Checking.
Probably not, but...
Bleep, bloop, blorp. That's my checking noise.
Yeah, I don't think it happened.
No.
There was a kicker that won the regular season MVP in a shortened season back in 1982, but
Doesn't count. No, a kicker's never won it. A kick returner's won it.
Mm-hmm.
Not a kicker. It's not the same.
All right.
Would have been nice.
Yeah.
So here's the real question. Of the commercials, did you have a favorite and a least favorite?
I thought that the Super Bowl winning city suddenly has tons more babies 9 months later commercial. The one where it showed like all the Super Bowl babies from different ages. I thought that was kind of funny, and obviously Seal singing his song in that commercial.
That was funny because I thought that was really creepy.
Yeah. I also like the Doritos baby one.
That was my favorite.
Yeah.
All the other ones were just
I hardly paid it like
creepy.
I was watching them, but I noticed there was a lot of gastrointestinal related commercials this year.
There was the avocado one.
Mm-hmm.
There was the one. What was it? It was like a raincoat company. They spent their entire advertising budget to get a Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah. There was, I don't even know what it was for, but it was like that pug/bird/baby.
Oh, that was Mountain Dew.
That was Mountain Dew. Or
Puppy
Kickstart,
Monkey Baby.
Kickstart, that's what it was.
Yeah, it was their juice energy drink or whatever. That was creepy too.
As soon as, I think it was Skittles had Steven Tyler, as soon as I saw him on the screen, I stopped paying attention. It just, commercials, I don't know. They're not what they used to be.
It's like new wave.
Yeah.
It's like the hipster commercials.
I think we need to start, I think we need to stop putting so much expectation on these commercials.
Interesting.
As far as humor goes, because they're definitely not. That used to be one of the best parts of the Super Bowl. But
what do you think they've reached this point where it's just like, how do you outdo yourself? So they just went for the bizarre, like Puppy Monkey Baby.
Yeah,
like, don't even go funny, just go bizarre.
It's just weird. Yeah, I don't know.
We can't be memorable by being funny anymore. We got to be memorable by being creepy.
I mean, you think about one of the greatest commercials was the Darth Vader kid with the Jetta. That went down as one of the best Super Bowl commercials. I don't know. This year just wasn't there. Wasn't feeling it.
Disappointing. It was disappointing they didn't make more pomp and circumstance out of Super Bowl 50.
I did enjoy the Amazon Echo commercial with Dan Marino. Because he was doing a little dance, and I thought that was kind of funny. Just because it was Dan Marino. But other than that, not too big of a fan. There were some new trailers out too, though. There was a new X-Men Apocalypse trailer. I know you have your thoughts about that. We can get to that then. We'll get to that. But there was a few Batman vs Superman spots too.
I don't think I saw them. I might have been out getting more pizza.
Probably, because that would be something you would do.
Filling up on root beer.
You had more than one pizza.
Root beer? Well, no, but you get full and then you sit and rally.
Like get up to get more pizza.
Yeah.
Not like going out to buy more pizza.
If only.
Well, I know
that would have been a magical time.
I know how you like to eat, so I'm just checking.
No, I would have mixed it up. I tried. See, this is the funny thing. We went out to fill up on stuff before the game, and I picked up a package of the cinnamon bun Oreos, but then when we went to pay for them, they were ripped. And, I mean, I'm not going to roll that dice. So
ripped packages are half price.
I took it as divine intervention that I shouldn't get the cinnamon bun Oreos.
You didn't go back to get another pack?
Nope, too far.
It came too far. Got to go around the horn.
Too far.
All right.
Just fill up on pizza and Cheez-Its.
What a day. All right.
It's fun, and it's funny because it's her preferred Cheez-It because they're the toasty ones. It's like they burn them just a little bit.
I enjoy those.
That's like a category all its own. Slightly burned foods.
You should open a restaurant just called Slightly Burned.
Slightly burned.
Or just toasted.
Toasted. That's it.
Yeah. And then you could appeal to the late night crowd and stay open till 2 a.m. and get all those drunk bar folks.
And how would you like your burger?
Toasted or extra toasted?
Get the hell out.
Yeah.
I am curious to try that new Taco Bell thing.
Yeah, I saw that too. What's it called?
I have no idea. The thing with cheese in it.
Yeah, it looks like a taco and chalupa mix, sort of.
See, here's the rub, though, is that anything like that is going to look good on the commercial.
Oh, right.
And then you're just hoping that wherever you go, that it doesn't look or taste like absolute dog shit. Because you're in the mercy of the people making this stuff. It's like the mozzarella sticks at McDonald's that don't have mozzarella in them.
Oh, yeah. They cook them too long and then the cheese just oozes out.
Is that what happens?
Mm-hmm. That happened to me in a restaurant one time when I was younger. And I bit into the mozzarella stick and I was like, there's no cheese in this thing. So my parents said something to the waitress and she was like, oh, we're sorry. Sometimes the cheese just oozes out if they're left in too long. So they brought me an entirely new plate, even though it's just one mozzarella stick that was missing cheese. So I was a happy camper.
Extra mozzarella sticks.
Extra mozzarella sticks. Best day of my life.
So far.
What do you say we take a look at some early predictions for next year?
See, here's the upfront one, though.
Mm-hmm.
The Carolina Panthers, where do you think they end up next year?
Honest, I don't know. It's tough because there's always the Super Bowl hangover for the losing team.
Well, there's that, but let me pull it up here real quick. The last 4 years, 15-1, 7-8-1, 12-4, 7-9, 6-10.
So they're heading for a 7-9 type season.
One would think. I mean, is this like the fluke year that they never ever get back to the Super Bowl?
I don't know. It's tough. Like, as long as I'm not sure what their contract situation's like right now, but if they can keep most of their defense together, I think they'll be fine. And they're getting Kelvin Benjamin back at wide receiver, who's a stud. So they got to work on their running game a little bit, but it's hard right now to imagine them not at least making the playoffs next year. You know, I would pick them to make the playoffs. I don't think I would pick them to go back to the Super Bowl. I think Green Bay is going to be better. I think who else was I looking at? I think Dallas will be better as long as Romo's healthy all year. So, I mean, Minnesota made a strong push this year. I think they can definitely build if they get a good, solid receiver in the draft or in free agency. Like I said, I can see Carolina making the playoffs. I don't know if they go to the Super Bowl. What are your thoughts?
Do you think Cam ever gets a ring?
I think he does.
Do you think it's with Carolina? He's signed through 2020.
Yeah, I think it would take a lot. He would have to drop off a lot for them to release him or trade him.
Before 2020.
But
I mean, he might leave and go build the super team.
Well, I think they're already in the process of that. They've got the right coach for that team, as they've shown this year. If they just surround him with playmakers, Ted Ginn Jr. had a great year, but he's not he shouldn't be a number one receiver. And that's where Kelvin Benjamin coming back next year will help, because then Cam won't have to rely so much on Greg Olsen. I don't know. Right now they're plus 1,100 to win the Super Bowl next year.
Plus 1,100.
The favorite is New England at plus 700. Everyone else is plus 1,000 or above. Cleveland is plus 15,000.
See, that's the bet to take, because they're super sabermetric quantitative analysis. This guy is going to come in and reshape them.
Yeah, but does it happen in 1 year? It could. This whole Manziel thing is a little crazy, but obviously
hopefully it doesn't hang over for the Browns.
Nice, good one. But yeah, they're expected to release him. I think March 9th is when they can officially release him. So, I mean, I think obviously they get a quarterback at the draft then. Or do they?
Or they get Peyton.
I was gonna say, or do they try and sign Peyton just for 1 year? I don't know about that, but
Peyton has his own primetime special, and he says, "I'm taking my talents to Cleveland."
Him and LeBron just palling around the city.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you are so fun.
I don't know.
Too many words.
Who's your pick for the Super Bowl winner next year?
Pick for Super Bowl. I don't know. If the Steelers can stay healthy.
Yeah, they're
it's
plus,
a big if.
They're plus 1,000.
From the National Football Conference, I would say the 49ers.
49ers at plus 5,000. I was thinking about them too. I'm interested in what Chip's going to do out there, especially if they keep Kaepernick.
Sure. They almost did it before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, that's the one you put some scratch on and just hope it pans out.
Jacksonville and Oakland are plus 6,600. They were on the verge of the playoffs this year. They're making strides upwards.
Now Jacksonville falls down
to
where they were before. There's no way they repeat this.
Yeah. I don't know about that. Their defense is solid. Their offense, I mean, Blake Bortles turned the ball over a lot, but if he gets that under control, they could be dangerous in that AFC South. If Indianapolis bounces back, they're plus 2,000. Eagles are plus 4,000. Buffalo Bills and cop interchanger extraordinaire LaShawn McCoy are plus 4,000. That was a crazy story too when I heard about that. Sean McCoy and his pals allegedly beat up 2 police officers in Philly.
The irony is not lost.
Yeah. And I remember how upset people were when Chip traded him.
Maybe it was over the last bag of crap fried chips.
They weren't out yet.
I stake my claim on these. I disagree with my fist.
The Los Angeles Rams are plus 5,000.
Not until they get Peyton.
There's rumors about Doug Peterson, the Eagles, possibly trading or getting Nick Foles back, because Peterson was on staff when Foles was drafted and Peterson liked him.
That's dumb.
So, I don't know though. I think that would be dumb. I think you try and go after one of the draft.
Yeah, but what do? Do they blow up the whole team now that Chip's gone?
No.
Say forget this squad.
I mean, they did release Riley Cooper.
Well, that's not like a Chips guy.
No, but I don't know. I feel like maybe they sign Bradford to a 1-year deal or franchise tag him or something like that, and then take a quarterback in the draft.
Franchise tag? That's like a slap in the face.
Well, you get paid an average of that position.
Right, but you can't make more. You can't exceed the average.
Right, but sometimes you might not deserve the average.
Average? What a horribly unrobust metric. How dare they? Thanks a lot, Goodell.
Here's what grinds your gears.
You're telling me. I like my buffets like I like my metrics. Robust.
Well, you might be a Cleveland fan then this year.
Touche.
You have to follow them a little more closely. Maybe there won't be so many pillar games for Cleveland this year for me. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens with them.
Most improved team based on how many pillar games they improve from. Cleveland.
Last year they had 7 pillar games. This year 4. Congratulations.
Do
you have any other favorites for possible Super Bowl contenders? Do you think Denver goes back? They're plus 1,400.
No.
Even if they keep that defense intact?
Yeah, but they're going to have Brock Osweiler. I mean, I know Peyton's Peyton, but
yeah. Let's not forget about the fantastic season Peyton had this year.
it's like Brock Osweiler was going to have the Matt Castle sophomore season.
Yeah.
When he went to Kansas. And then Minnesota, and then, I don't know, does he play for the Toronto Argonauts now? The Philadelphia Soul?
I'm not sure. I think he's making appearances at car dealerships.
Let's see, what's another obscure football league? I don't know, something from NFL Europe.
Australian rules football?
I don't remember the names of the teams from NFL Europe.
I don't either.
That's too obscure.
Yeah. You've gone too far.
Too far. Bridge too far.
All right. Anything else regarding the Super Bowl you want to cover?
The Super Bowl.
Or the season in general.
Well, they didn't really care about Super Bowl 50. That was kind of a bummer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, make a big stink. When it was the NBA's 50th season. Big stink.
Yeah. Yeah, they trotted out the what was it, all century
the NBA
team
50,
or whatever.
the
NBA,
50.
Yeah, 50 greatest. Yeah.
I mean, they did the all Super Bowl silver, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Make a big deal out of it.
Yeah, a halftime show, they showed a montage of past Super Bowl performances, but that was about it.
And then I think for next year, they should move the extra point back another 20 yards. I mean, really, they made way too many extra points when it was back to the 17. Let's just find the breaking point. Just keep going back until we find the sweet spot where it's like you're making half.
Would you rather they just get rid of it altogether?
No.
Okay.
I'm also being facetious. I don't want to move it back.
I know you are.
That's dumb.
All right.
I'm excited to see the vitriol associated with the Cowboys when Jerry Jones signs Johnny Manziel like the second he gets cut.
I don't know. After this girlfriend thing, NFL might not let him play for the next year. He ruptured her eardrum. I mean, I know Ray Rice only got 2 games, but he hasn't played since.
Well, it's not like the NFL hasn't had questionable characters before.
Yeah, like
we'll see.
Greg Hardy and yeah.
Right, even the Cowboys.
Yeah.
What about you? Any final thoughts? Any reflections?
I hope they figure out this catch rule.
Yeah, that's.
I know. Recently they.
Mike Carey hopes they figure it out because he's tired of looking like a buffoon on TV.
I know. The other week they changed the wording of the rule to, when a receiver becomes a runner, but that's still vague and up to the referee's judgment. As opposed to a quote unquote football move. So they changed it from making a football move to transitioning from receiver to runner, because that makes it all the better.
At the discretion of the referee.
Right. Yeah. So I'm not too psyched they'll figure it out, but I'm sure they'll spend lots of time and lots of money to try and come up with a way.
No, they won't. They won't even spend $1 million to get Super Bowl I, the only copy.
No, but they'll spend $1 million to get this rule right. Well, not right, but sort of fixed in Goodell's eyes.
We'll see.
I mean, Goodell makes $40 million a year, 44. You think the NFL would just be like, "Hey, Roger, we're gonna take, I don't know, we're gonna take $250,000 over the next 4 years so we can buy Super Bowl I."
No, but that's $250,000 he could have put towards a kiddie pool full of gravy.
Well, he can do that without.
Or Roger Goodell presents.
I guess he's on a tight
toasted
budget.
A Roger Goodell restaurant,
yeah,
in which every food they serve is just slightly burnt.
Yeah. It's all the stuff that's cooked wrong by Roger Goodell.
Well, it's prepared wrong.
Prepared wrong, yeah. I like that idea. I don't know if I would eat there.
Maybe you get your order
money,
wrong all the time. It's like, oh no, I ordered mozzarella sticks and I got, I don't know, chicken Caesar salad. Oh, but what are the odds? I end up liking chicken Caesar salad.
And it's toasted, so...
I'm coming back here.
Yeah.
What a happy accident.
All right. As always, we record this on a Tuesday, although this is the last one until probably August when we start up again. But tomorrow is New Comic Book Wednesday. So, Justin, Are you excited for tomorrow? Not excited, or just kind of in between? Give us a grade for New Comic Book Wednesday tomorrow.
Tomorrow, D plus.
Ooh, rough week.
It's a hogger.
Oh, so because you have a lot, it's not a good grade.
Yeah, I kind of got used to having these.
How about quality wise of comics? What grade would you give them? I've peeked through what's coming out. I've got a decent amount.
Yeah, I give it like a C.
C. Yeah.
But I'm in this weird nebulous where, like, none of this new stuff is entertaining, but I'm also reading stuff from the '60s, and that's just like so bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
It's of the time. It's
right.
Clearly why they don't write comics like they did in the '60s anymore.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the? Did you read the new Spider-Man with Miles Morales?
It was all right.
Yeah, I actually just read it earlier before we started recording. I liked it. I think I'll probably stick with it and keep going.
It's set the table for a nice opening tale.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't call it the greatest first issue ever.
No,
but I'd say it's putting the pieces in place.
Right.
Except that none of the buffoonery that was Secret Wars makes sense when it comes to setting the table.
Let's just pretend that Secret Wars didn't happen.
That's the secret. That's the secret to Secret Wars. But it's not Secret Wars, it's Secret Wars 2. It's not Secret Wars 2 because there was a Secret Wars 2 and that was pretty terrible. But it's not Secret War.
Secret Wars also?
I don't know. And then Civil War 2's coming out, so blech, whatever.
There's a new Batman out tomorrow.
Just take my money, I guess.
What else is there? New Suicide Squad.
So I guess that's the other question. Does seeing any of those trailers from Super Bowl Sunday, has that changed your level of excitement for anything?
Well, up until then, I hadn't really seen much of X-Men Apocalypse.
That's fine. Nobody cares.
Yeah, but I'm still kind of intrigued by it. Like, I like the X-Men. I kind of like the story, and I don't know a ton about Apocalypse. I'm kind of interested to see where it goes. I don't know if I'm not going to rush out to the theater for it, but I found out there's a movie tavern like 5 minutes from my house, and I'm quite excited.
Is all the food they serve cooked extra toasty?
I mean, they have fried pickles, so
that's not bad.
They just cooked regular pickles and made them fried, so sure.
Have you ever had that before?
No, I don't like pickles, so I probably won't get them.
I love pickles.
Trade you my pickle for a nickel. New Descender is out. That's a good one. I like that one.
Now all you need is just a bag of crab fried chips.
I know.
Some Dr. Thunder. Or milkshake milk.
What a day. What a day. New Darth Vader. Yeah.
Quite a day.
All right. Anything else you want to gripe about in the comic world? Or movie
gripe?
world?
No. It is what it is.
All right. I've been rewatching Breaking Bad. And this is the first time I've rewatched it since my original watch through. And I've realized just how much of a dick Walter White is.
That's the point.
I know. But I kind of saw it the first time around, but like I also in the back of my mind was like, he's doing this for his family, And then I'm like, even going back through like season 1 and 2 where he's like just getting into it, you're like, wow, this guy is a dick. More so than I realized the first time around.
Yeah, but you notice it more when you binge watch.
Well, right. And I binge watched the first 3 seasons, I think, and then I watched season 4 and 5 like as they aired.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still good. Still like it.
Yeah, Walking Dead starts this week. I'm what's the adjective I should use here?
Tentatively excited.
I'm anxious to see how unproductive the second half of this season is.
Do you think it just drags out?
I feel like they don't do anything. I feel like it's repetitive.
I haven't watched Walking Dead at all. Is there a lot of that in the show throughout the series? Like a lot of repetitiveness? Or are they just trying to drag out the series to get more episodes?
Well, I didn't know that one of the characters also was in The Wire because I started watching the first episode of that on Amazon Prime.
Who is he in The Wire?
I don't know. He's one of the drug cops. It was the first episode. I don't know if he's there for a while.
You don't remember his name? Because I could tell you.
There were a lot of things happening.
Okay.
It's hard. Oh man. There's a lot of shows that the first episode it's not jarring. It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of characters. There's a lot to get used to because it's like, oh, there's Idris Elba. What does he do? Oh, he's there for like 5 seconds. Well, I got really concerned for him for no reason. Then it's the guy from, I think he was in Punisher Warzone. He's like the main cop. Or the one that we follow.
Oh, in The Wire?
Well, at least the first episode. I don't know how this is going to pan out.
Dominic West, is that his name?
I think so.
Okay.
I kept picturing him from Punisher Warzone.
Oh, yeah, there's a guy on The Walking Dead who's in The Wire in one of the later seasons. I'm just looking at that now. Oh, yeah, okay. So, yeah, Seth Gilliam, he plays Father Gabriel on The Walking Dead. Is that who you're referring to? Yeah.
Yep.
He's in the series throughout, yeah.
Well, spoiler.
No. Or is he? What'd you think of the first episode?
It was not what I thought.
Mm-hmm. But did you like it?
I made it halfway through. Somebody got sleepy.
Okay. See, that's the problem when you're watching with someone else.
I know. I'll just have to barrel through a couple of them. Get myself cinnamon bun Oreos.
Get that sugar rush. Tea. Yeah.
The sugar rush and just
then after you finish watching it, you can join Ray and I in our various conversations about The Wire and how great it is.
Would you say that it's your favorite show all time?
I don't know if it's I think it's the best show of all time.
You think it's the best of all time?
Yeah. Personally, my favorite show is probably The Office. And that's one that I watched from the first day it aired till the end. So, like, that's the first show that I've really watched, like, the entire way through from series beginning to series end.
See, here's the thing with that is...
It's got a special place in my heart. I mean...
Well, yeah, but it hit an apex.
It did.
And that's why seeing all this stuff for the new Full House, I'm worried that that's going to happen.
That's just
like, Full House clearly left TV for a reason. It's like, maybe they'll do it again where... Maybe the first season of Full House, the fullest house,
more full houses,
whatever the plural is.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the first season will be all right, and then it just completely everybody just doesn't give a crap the second season or something.
Yeah,
and then it's like
I felt like it was kind of that way, like when Girl Meets World came out on Disney.
Yeah,
I was like, oh man, I'm gonna see a bunch of Boy Meets World characters, and I watched like the first episode. And I'm like, I don't care that much.
Well, that's the thing, too, is Fuller House, I mean, it's clearly not going to be the same tone because all the kids are grown up. It's going to be more adult-oriented stuff. But, I mean, maybe that's like the nice flip that we've been looking for. Mm-hmm. Whereas Boy Meets World was, like, we grew up with them. But then when Girl Meets World comes out, it's like, I don't want, a comedy about a teen girl in high school. I wanted Corey and Topanga.
Right, exactly. I don't know. Guess we'll just have to watch Fuller House and see. Comes out on the 26th.
February 26th.
Yeah.
February has 26 days this year.
Is it a leap year? Actually, I think, isn't this year a leap year?
It's divisible by 4, so yeah.
All right. There you go. All right.
It's also an election year. As the odds would have it, those happen in the same year for the last flim flam years.
Flim flam years? All right.
Flim flam years.
All right. Any other TV shows got your attention?
The X-Files is weird.
How far into that are you?
We're up to date, so it's, what was there, 4 episodes?
Oh, so you've watched the new season or the miniseries?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I want to go back through and watch it. It's just so many episodes. I gotta prepare myself.
Just gonna power through.
Yeah.
But Baskets.
I still need to catch up on that.
Have you watched any of that?
I watched the first episode.
Okay, because spoiler alert.
There's more.
The person who plays the mom, I think that is like the funniest thing.
Okay, so there's more of his mom in it.
He's killing it. Well, I mean, the first episode especially.
Right.
Like, I watch him taking a drink of Gatorade like 50 times, and I laugh every time.
All right. Yeah, I gotta go back and catch up on. How many episodes have there been? Three or four?
2 or 3. The first was the strongest, but it's still pretty good.
Okay. All right, and that's on FX. I'll have to check that out some more.
FX.
Just so much stuff to watch. I got video games to play.
I know. That's the hard part. Is there's umpteen TV shows you got to watch. There's comic books you got to read. There's video games you got to play. There's chips you got to eat.
I know.
It's.
Speaking of video games, I just finished Gemini Heroes Reborn that I'm doing a review for. So I should have a review for that later this week, depending on when this podcast goes up. So make sure to check that out. Go to entertainmentbuddha.com for all your TV, movie, video game wants and needs. I know our friend across the pond, Ten Benson's, reviewed a game recently, so he's got a review up for that. And yeah, there's tons of stuff on the site. So just go to entertainmentbuddha.com and check it out. Because Justin, that's where you can go to make yourself a better geek one post at a time. Now, I know you're thinking, I'm already the best geek. But you go there and you can make yourself a better geek.
I wouldn't say that about myself. There's always more you can learn.
Okay. All right. Good point. But yeah, you can follow us on social media, on Twitter at entbuddha, ENTBUDDHA. And this podcast is on Twitter as well at no pun in the number 10 DED. And again, that'll wrap it up for the 2015/16 NFL season. And we'll be back later this year with some more NFL podcasts. But I'm sure we'll be doing some TV and movie stuff in between. So just check us out. Subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. Just search Entertainment Buddha and we're there. So Justin, one more time.
No, you take us out. I've taken us out every other time. It's now.
But it's tradition.
It's your turn to take the helm one last time.
But I don't know what to say.